This is Crazy Talk. I'm Josh.
I am Donovan.
And I'm Nail.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about a dream I had the other day. And it was ridiculous. You guys ever have a dream where you wake up and you go, what? What? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
You don't know, like where you wake up and you're like, what the heck just
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
What? You're like, how was that in my conscience? How did I make that up when I was sleeping?
I have a question for you.
What?
Do you remember the dream?
No, yeah, I'm good with this one. I don't remember many. Like, a lot of times I'll
I
wake
actually
up.
know that. Within like the first second you wake up, you automatically forget like half of your dream immediately.
See,
And then by like 10 minutes later, you've forgotten 90%.
that's how I am. When, like, a lot of times I wake up and I'm like, that was great, it's awesome, and then I'll get upstairs and I'm like, oh, come on.
So that's the thing. It's like,
Come
it's like
on, what was
scientifically
that?
proven
I love
by
those
like
epic dreams.
by like that. Like 10 minutes later, it's scientifically proven you forget 90% of your dream.
That's ridiculous.
I hate that so much.
That's not every time, though.
No, some of them like you're able to remember.
Okay, this is funny. Okay, so you know paintball.
Uh-huh.
Literally, like 90% of my dreams are paintball, and it's epic.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
I can't say what 90% of mine are. It's not bad. I just don't want to say
Pretty-
they are.
Oh, so you don't want to say it because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a dream, and it was weird because, like, my family members were all dying, but it wasn't a big deal to die. Like, they were dying like nothing. Like, they'd be like,
They were dying like nothing.
like they'd be laying there and be like, well, I'm not feeling good. I guess I'm dying. And then they died. Like, it wasn't a big deal. The rest of us were just like, oh, well, we'll see you in 50 years, I
There you go,
guess.
Josh. Go buy a drink with me.
Well, they were just like, I'll see you in 50 years, I guess. And my mom was dying, and I was like, oh, I'll see you, Mom. And she's like, you know, you're actually going to see me in 2 days. You're probably going to die sometime soon. Like, and she didn't know I was going to die. She didn't know, but, like, everybody knows how I am. I act like a freaking goofball all the time. So she kind of said it with that tone. She's like, yeah, you're probably... I would bet that you're going to die within 2 days. And then
I would feel so bad, like, if you
and
bit
then
the dust in
it
2
skipped-
days now.
Well, I skipped 2 days ahead in my dream. The next thing I can remember is me popping up in heaven, and I going, the heck just happened? What was that? And my mom goes, oh, you died. And I'm like, what? Mom goes, yeah, you died. And I go, why? Why? I was going good, I thought. And she goes, yeah, you got crushed by the garage door.
So that's like
I swear to God. That's why I said, how do I think of that in my sleep? She goes, yeah, you got crushed by the garage door. I don't know.
That's great.
And I'm sitting there in my dream, and I'm thinking back going, how did I do that? It's got a freaking, both of my garages have cameras that stop if you're in the way.
So like, okay, so my weirdest thing I've ever happened with dreams is
No. And then I was going through it, and then I was going, and I was like, well, this isn't good. Oh well, whatever. At least I'm with my family and stuff. And then it skipped to where I was talking to God, and he's like, yeah, so you've not been too good, man. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to be reincarnated. And it was just like, the whole tone of the dream was just kind of like, yeah, you know, whatever.
I feel like
And he goes, yeah, you're going to have to be reincarnated. And I go, why? And he goes, yeah, I don't know, you know, you've just been doing too much stuff, I'll see you. And I'm like, oh, my family's here. He's like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know. I feel like if I get reincarnated, I'm gonna hope to be like a tiger or something, but I'm gonna end up being like the next flower over.
End up being a tiger. Alright, I'm a tiger, there's not much food around.
So,
All the forests
the weirdest
are being
thing that
cut
ever
down?
happened with dreams was, like, it was a Saturday morning, and I get up, and I'm like, okay, and I get dressed and everything, and I'm like, I'm feeling good. I go downstairs, and my dad, like, called pancakes were ready, and I was like, hey, cool, this is one of those Saturdays.
Pancakes are...
Yes! So I get downstairs, and I start eating my pancakes, and I'm like, these taste fantastic. And then I wake up.
Oh, my God. Those dreams suck.
Do you ever
And
have...
my dad called pancakes in my sleep, so that's what made me think I dreamed like after he called pancakes. Like, he actually, in real life, called pancakes. I dreamt, I got up,
I do that all the
went
time.
downstairs, started eating my pancakes, and then I woke up and I was like, oh. So I got up, got dressed, went down and ate
I think
pancakes.
everybody
Okay,
does it at one
have
point.
you ever had those really horrible dreams where you're, you know, like you may be sick or something, and then you're asleep, you have a dream that you're going to school, and you just feel like crap?
I've had a dream.
I have
It
those
was
all
like,
the time.
like it wasn't a nightmare where you're fighting dragons and crap and you're screwed. It was a nightmare where I went to school and this is old. I was in elementary
This
when I had
nightmare.
this one, and I had forgotten to get a shirt. I was walking around and I was like, oh, somebody's gonna notice.
Someone's gonna notice.
I'm like on the playground at recess. I'm like, someone's gonna notice this, man. It's surely God.
Wow.
I have them dreams though. Like I'll hear my alarm go off, and I'll be like, well, I'm gonna get up, and I'll sit up, and because I have contacts and they sit next to my bed, I sit up and put my contacts in there. And a lot of times while putting them in, I'll lean back over and fall asleep face down. And to be honest, if it weren't for those things, I wouldn't sleep in nearly as much as what I do. And a lot of times I'll fall face forward. I end up sleeping like that. and I'll be like, in my head I'll be like, oh, I gotta get up. I'm like, no, I am getting up. I'll go over and get dressed, do all the morning stuff. And then my dad will be sitting there on the couch across from me, and he'll be like, get up. And I'm like, oh no. And then in real life I'm like, yeah, I'm getting up. And then in my head I'm going, I'm gonna relive that hour.
So, like, one time I know I had a dream. I was sleeping. Have you ever had a dream where, like, you die in your dream and then you wake up and fall out of your bed?
My most.
I've fallen out of my bed.
I actually had that, like, that whole cliche.
I've
like,
never
that
fallen out of my
cliche
bed.
thing.
I guess
I
I'm
had
not
that happen.
thinking.
I don't know how I didn't hit the nightstand right next to my bed.
Guys-
Seriously. Nightstand, my bed.
I'll tell you what.
My head is right here by my nightstand.
I must be the smartest person on earth because I've never fallen off my bed.
No, I don't know. Like, I was dreaming, and I remember being on a train, and I was like, huh, yeah. And I see there's a wall coming up, and I was like, oh no. And I hit the wall, and I wake up, and like, what made me wake up was I hit the floor as the train hit the wall, and I was like, oh, I turned cliche.
I guess the
I got back in bed and fell
I guess
asleep.
the train was that freaking 0.2 of a second long fall. rate.
Exactly, that's what it was.
You start falling. Oh.
See, I didn't even know
See,
that.
but
I
you
fell.
have no concept of time in your sleep, so like
I know.
that train felt like an
I always
hour
wondered
long
that.
ride, but it was like 0.2
I
seconds.
have wondered since the beginning of ever, are dreams proportional to time? Like, okay, for example, a lot of people would agree with me. You go through a night and you may have 10 dreams, right? And you remember like maybe one of them, but you know that you had a lot. You like this, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I had a lot of dreams last night. And then you wake up, or then you'll go to sleep the next night and you'll be like, you have one dream, and then you'll wake up and you'll be like, why didn't I have more? There was what, like how long did that take? How long was that one dream? Was that only as long as it took place, or did it take like 4 hours for those events to happen?
See, I've always wanted to know that, but like, there's a thing called, it's like REM sleep, and then it's some kind of other sleep. I don't know what else it's called. Like REM sleep is rapid eye movement, and that's when you dream. And it goes on and off throughout the night, which is really creepy because like you can like if someone were to come in and see you dreaming, your eyes would be moving. It's like ew. And like you first experience it when you like first fall asleep, and then right when you wake up, and then like just invertly between the night.
That's weird.
That's funny. See, I always wondered that. Like from times, because you wake up and be like, wow, I only had one dream. I wonder if that took like 6 hours for that dream to happen.
That was the longest movie ever.
It wasn't too bad.
Have you ever lucid dreamed?
I have tried, because I heard that the way you do it, I heard 2 ways that you do it. The one is that you record all your everything that you dream of, and you have to
like a book.
you have to tell yourself that you're in a dream. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. And then I heard another way where to do it, you have to not move a muscle for at least 20 or 30 minutes.
I've heard both.
And
of those.
I can't do it. I can't. I've gone like 10 or 15 sometimes, and then I'll be like itching so bad, and I'll start moving, and it's like you realize that you start moving, you're like, oh,
It's so close.
oh, that feels so good.
But it's like, yeah, I guess you can like practice it, but like you have to like tell yourself, you have to realize you're in the dream. It's like Inception.
There's been 106 or 107 billion people throughout the course of all time.
Yeah.
7 billion alive now.
There's 7 billion
Okay.
alive now. If you divide them, there's like 6%. So that 7 billion that we are is like 6% of that total number
Oh, okay.
that is alive currently.
Yeah.
Okay, your point?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Hang on. Oh, okay. Honestly, I just thought that was an interesting fact. It didn't have anything to do with my point. My point was, of those 110 or whatever billion people, how many of them have gone through life and
Stay
died
completely virgin.
and have died of birth?
Wait, is that seriously what your question
That
is?
was my question.
Ah, yes!
Because, well, I've been thinking on this one. Because nowadays, it'd be like, if that happened, you'd be like, why? Because, I mean, you can, like, literally just pay someone for that.
I'm pretty sure that's like the
but
oldest profession.
In the olden days, like in the very first days, there may not have even been a female in the next 100 miles. So, I mean...
Oh, because it had been like everyone would have been so dispersed.
Yeah. You know, you may have been in a tribe of only men.
It depends on like what era.
Or there may be like 20
what era,
two
what era are you
females.
talking?
It goes before
All
Greek. I know that.
People ever.
Okay.
What percentage would you guys guess? I don't know
Like,
this one.
Not
I mean-
even like.
Oh,
I'd
1%.
say
It's
very,
not
very
one.
small.
It's not one because one is 1 in 100. I don't know. 0.001 would be like 1 in 10,000 or 1 in 100.
I would say like 1 in a like
I mean,
million.
because if you think about it, not only were people dispersed, it was like you could be killed for doing that.
Like you would have
Like,
to
well,
go
if you
before
were
outside
Greek
of-
times, because in Greece they had like it was a matriarchal society where the women ruled, and like there were
That's
guys chosen for their fertility, and they were called
I'd
like
be
the
chosen.
sacred king, and they would like be a sex slave for a year, and then they'd be killed, and then someone else would be chosen, and then they'd be killed, and eventually they like got this, so they like kind of cheated death. They would like pretend to not be there and have another person chosen to be killed, and then they'd go back for another year, and then hide. Someone else would be killed, go back. But like it was really weird.
For yet another question, take the percentage of human beings that have not ever had intercourse through their life from the years BC clear to the year 0. Take that number, that percentage of people, and that number that are still that would have died virgins, and then compare it to the number in these last 2,000 years. How much
I'm
lower
pretty
would
sure-
our number be?
I'm pretty sure ours would be 0.
Like
0 or
0%
very, very,
people?
very close.
I don't know,
Yeah.
because what about like in Africa? Like they don't have time for that. They're trying to live. They wake
Well,
up and go get water, and then they
think
come
about
back
it.
and
You
fondle
have
water all
You
day.
have
and
the
go to bed.
really bad people in the very poor places where the armies come in and then they just rape everybody.
I feel like it would be a very extremely rare occurrence for someone to stay a virgin for their entire life. Unless they join like a convent or something, like and become nuns and have to stay like with the Virgin
It's-
Mary.
Let me ask you this: is being homosexual considered a virgin?
Oh, good question.
Like if I go and slam nail,
Whoa! Okay.
is that?
Okay.
Am
No,
I
I
a
say
virgin?
you would have had sex. I don't think you'd be a virgin.
Yeah. Because it still went into something.
By
Yeah,
that
let's make
definition, I could
everyone
go-
on Earth
I could
now
take
is-
it out with that socket nugget.
That's what I was thinking. Wow,
point.
because it's gone into something.
It's burned something, man.
Wow.
All right, I ain't gonna lie. When I started the timer, I forgot to start it for about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm gonna stop us with 4 left.
Okay.
Or 8 now. I don't know. That's a funny topic. Let me search on this. I got a ton of crap. How many different things can a person spend money on?
I'm pretty sure that list is endless.
Yeah, it's endless. Do you want me to start?
Do you want me to start?
Hey, I'll start list. Okay,
Okay, fine.
So
It's
there's
not
that
endless.
painting, that art, that
It'll
book.
eventually come to an end. Shall I start right now?
Like, okay, on that wall right there, there's
That wall.
probably 200 items that
Where's
are
that
different
from?
from each other. How many
So, you have to
different
have-
items could you buy? If you had an endless amount of money, how many different items could you spend?
So
on money?
on like different items.
Different
that are the same
items
thing?
and services and cars and
Okay.
I mean, that's like
So
endless.
like-
It would take you your entire life.
So
to
do you
that.
mean? Do you
no,
mean
it
by
doesn't
different-
matter how long it would take you. Just what is the number?
Do you mean like different items? As in like I went
So,
out and I
like-
bought a drywall, and then there's like 30 different brands of drywall.
Yes, those would be 30 different items.
Okay.
So basically, you're talking about every product, service,
Oh, that's a lot.
anything ever invented or
Anything
created.
you
or-
can take $1 out of your pocket and lay it down on the table for it.
What comes?
Obviously
after,
not gambling.
What comes
because
after
that's
1
not-
trillion? Or a
I
trillion?
would say like
A quadrillion and a quintillion just has
Seriously,
Like,
I didn't know that.
Then plus
centillion or something.
Okay.
It's
like,
just like the prefixes.
Yeah,
to
it's like
size.
octillion and
Well, there's a lot of items that can be purchased.
There's a lot of How
I
many?
don't think that covers it now.
How many? A lot.
I mean, see, there's like
Quite
probably
a
like
few.
80 different types of that.
Now,
shit.
to me, like, there's a lot means like 20. There's a lot, so 20.
And then, like, that mirror could have been made by like 100 different companies also.
But it's the same mirror. That wouldn't count as different.
Okay,
Well,
so
I mean-
I'd say, I don't know, there's probably at least.
Would you say at least 100 trillion?
I'd
And
say
that
more.
number-
I'd
Numbers.
say more than that.
That number's big, though, guys.
That's a good point.
Like,
I'd say maybe
Our
like
debt-
50 trillion. then.
our debt is only 17 trillion. And, I mean,
It's a
how
dollar
many?
now.
How many would you say?
I'd say about 50 trillion different products you could buy.
I'd say right around.
Well, think about how much money's in the world.
No, he's saying if you had unlimited money, so basically a giant credit card with no end.
Well,
you
no,
never
no,
have
he's
it.
saying he's bringing up
I'm
a
saying-
different point.
How much money is in the world? That would kind of show us how many different companies there could be.
That's a good point. How many different like products? Because they wouldn't want to. Well,
Because I mean, see, if you have more companies than money to be spent, then there's going to be a lot of companies going out of business.
I don't know.
do you have this like on your phone? This answer on your phone?
I don't know. I wish I did. I
Why
don't
do you
know.
keep bringing up things we could never know?
Because it just
Now I
brings,
kinda
it
wanna
brings
know.
up that pondering. Makes it interesting.
Well,
Are you guys not all interested?
I'm interested.
Yeah.
It's just
You all intrigued
I
by
will
it?
forever never know.
so we should just like start a list. Of
Start a
items.
list. Let's start a list.
We'll be done in.
It takes you
80
12
years.
days to count to 1,000,000. But let's start a list of all the items that we can write down. Not just count the
Ma'am,
numbers.
I want you to know.
Write them down.
You know Excel Office, Microsoft Excel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would cover it. Have you seen how long that goes? I've been to the end of Excel.
Seriously.
I didn't type to it, but I've scrolled, and it takes a good 5 minutes.
I don't know. Alright, so where are we going? What's your number now? 50 trillion, 100 trillion. What do you say?
Well, I'd say it's over a trillion. Maybe. Well, wait. Let me think about this for a second. So we're in debt 15 trillion or whatever.
I understand.
So there's at least 500 trillion. I don't know.
Okay,
I'd
now
say-
you have to realize that
No, not 500.
we have.
200.
There are different dollar amounts. Like, there's the
Yeah.
euro, the peso, the whatever China's got.
Yeah.
Dollar amounts don't matter.
I know.
It's the physical items. that
I
you
know,
can
I
have.
was just
We have
thinking.
like trillions of dollars. You have to realize
Including-
there's like
Yeah.
trillions of pesos,
Including-
and trillions of euros.
Oh, yeah.
You
Including
can't do it with money.
digital stuff.
Oh God.
Like apps and Microsoft
Oh, okay.
Office and Minecraft.
Well, you can actually find out probably how many
My
apps there
brain
are.
just crashed.
Alright,
Here.
do you want to keep going? We're at time.
Yeah, keep going. I'm gonna look up how many apps there are on.
Okay.
the iPhone.
Well, I'll
If
look
I
up
can.
something.
I just want to
How many brands can you plug in, sir?
nail there is not gonna be that many. Not as many as there are apps.
I
on this
know,
phone.
yeah.
Well, let's
I'm sorry.
let's-
I want to know this.
let's stop it here and we'll look it up and we'll post it next week with the answers and we'll continue the
Okay.
conversation.
Tell us how much you guys think there are.
Yeah, and those 3 comments that get posted, tell us how much you think there is in the world. How many physical, or how many items you buy. They don't have to be physical. Apps, socks, couches, whatever.
Boots, shoes.
For this one though, this has been That's Crazy Talk with
Josh.
Donovan and
Nail.
subscribe, like, comment. If you see us in person, you can stalk us. If you
If you see us in person, please don't throw a tomato.
If you see us in person, we know you because there's no strangers that have yet subscribed yet.
Follow us on Instagram,
CrAzYCrew 101. And that has been it. We'll see you next time.